So you want to start a brand? This is where you are at right now currently. I can almost guarantee it. You got a whole lot of ego and you thinking that you just know everything when you don't got no knowledge, wisdom, or understanding of how this thing is supposed to be ran. You coming from a scarcity place, so you really scared to jump off the porch for real. You have no conviction behind your vision or what you even putting out there. You know what I mean? And conviction is the number one indicator of selling. So just always remember that, you know what I mean? And you can tell when somebody has conviction when they don't have conviction. You ain't got no motion, you know what I'm saying? You think that you know it all because you got all this ego and you ain't got no motion at all. You've been doing this year by year and still in the same place, still putting in 10%, no results at all. Your mindset, you see this right here? I want my editor to zoom in on this. Your mindset right here is ass. You feel me? Your perspective on how this shit's supposed to go, how the brand is supposed to be ran. You think that just because you've been doing something for a little bit, even though you ain't got no receipts with it, it just messed up your whole entire perception of how you're supposed to run a brand. You lacking or you don't have no type of skill sets. Like I said, you've been at it 4 years, just going year by year. There's no profitability. You don't have no type of team. And on top of that, you value money over growth. This right here is huge because like I see a lot of people, like they come into this game and when it's time for them to invest into themselves, not even when it comes to like a mentorship or anything like that, even when it comes just strictly into like putting up bread on samples, everybody looking for a quality manufacturer. And then as soon as a person like me goes and gives you one, now you ain't putting up $100 or $200 or whatever it may be to go get an actual quality garment. But that money that you holding on to, we bullshitting with that with Hennessy and drugs and the weekend every single weekend. You know what I'm saying? So you want 90-day fixes. Oh, how I'm trying to scale my brand, a brand that ain't got no type of motion, no type of receipts, or no type of community, no type of nothing, but you want to scale up your brand, but you want a quick 90-day fix. Oh, I'm trying to hit 10,000 in 90 days, but yeah, you don't got no skill sets. You don't know how this is supposed to be ran. You don't even have no prerequisites, no skill, like what? You feel me? You see where I'm going with this? Like, you ain't got no knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to build out an infrastructure. You don't know how to build out a team. You don't even know what to even delegate because you haven't even put yourself in the fire. And then you just sit around and then binge watch on YouTube all day. And you think that you really doing something, but this is just nothing but a byproduct of analysis paralysis. And the last two is the most important. You're cheap. And you expect to have everything for free. Even back to the manufacturing example, I never understood somebody that is looking for the best quality manufacturer. They looking for the best media buyer. They looking for the best person that can build out their website. But then when it's time to pay, they looking for the cheapest route. It's crazy, right? Then on top of that, they expecting something for free. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that binge watch on YouTube all day, these are the people that don't want to go invest into anybody. They don't want to go invest into a mentor or a person like me that's done it. You know what I'm saying? That's been there, that's sold out the trunk of a car, that's made hundreds of thousands of dollars online, that's actually made millions of dollars online. They already just sit around, value their money, even though that they're going to bullshit that away within the next 1 to 3 weeks anyway. You feel me? So now they just expect to get everything for free and then they being extremely cheap. And last but not least, majority of people are broke. And you probably watching this right now, you probably are brokey as well. And this is no disrespect to you, but this is just the reality of like where you're currently at. And I really want you to really look at these core tenets that I just put. This is where you're at. I can almost guarantee you might not be all of these things, but you probably 1 out of 4 of these things. You feel me? You probably 2 out of 10 of these things. You probably 3 out of 10, but you're one of these, guaranteed. Now, this is my best advice that I can give you to get up out the mud. This is how I made my first $5, $10, $15,000. No, it was probably like 5, 10K. I ain't gonna cap and say 15, that's kind of OD. But I for sure made my first 5 to 10 liquid this way that I'm about to break down to you. You feel me? So this is the reality, right? There's not enough people that know you, that like you, and that trust you when it comes to building your brand online. That's the reality of where you at right now. So the best thing that you can do to make money starting today is simply by selling to friends and family. And that is nothing but equivalent to being leads. You feel me? Like, that's leads, because this is how I look at it. Friends and family and people that follow your Instagram and all your other social medias, these are people that actually know you, that like you, and that trust you already. So why don't I just sell to people that know, like, and trust me? All you're gonna be doing is just sending out a cold outreach to every single person that you know, because these people already know, like, and trust you. You feel me? And I already know what you're thinking right now. You probably sitting there like, bro, I already know that, but you're not even doing it. But I want to show you how to measure everything to actually go get, you know what I'm saying, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 just selling from the trunk of your car or from out of your apartment. And now you can go online and really set up your shit the right way. So this is how it's really supposed to go. So I have a script and I want you to comment down below on this video. I want you to comment the word FADI. I want you to comment FADI, and I will show you the script that you're supposed to send out to somebody, because you're going to get some type of objections back. You feel me? But it's a whole entire script that deals with the objections of you texting your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, and people that just know you all around within your city. And just comment the word FADI down below, and I'll literally post the whole entire script in the comment section for y'all. But I got to make sure that I get at least 100 FADIs. You feel me? I got to see at least 100 of these, and then I'll post it. So this is the first thing that you need to do when it comes to reaching out to people that already know, like, and trust you. The first thing that you need to do is look at your conversion rate. You feel me? So everything is based off of measurement. Well, growth is based off of measurement. So if I'm sitting here trying to lose weight, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm not measuring myself every single day, regardless if I'm going to the gym, eating healthy, I'm not measuring it. Like, I need to measure. If I'm trying to lose 20 pounds in a month, I need to measure where I'm at currently at the beginning of January, and then track that day by day to make sure I'm getting to my goal. This is my desired point, and this is where I'm currently at right now. But in between that gap, everything has to be measured. So when I'm saying your conversion rate, I'm not talking about on Shopify or none of that. I'm talking about how many people are you outreaching to? How many people are actually sending you back text messages that you having conversations with? How many people are you selling the actual garment to every single day? And you don't need to have the garment on hand. I'm going to break all of that down to you. But you need to make sure first and foremost that you're measuring how many people that you hitting up, so you can actually know the predictability of how many sales that you can get. So the second thing is that you need to sell at least 4 times the cost of the unit price. So let's just say you get in a shirt for $11, right? That's bag tag, folded and printed. You need to be selling it for at least $44, because right now you in the best spot possible before you go online. Because going online, there's so many things. You got operation, you got employees, you got the warehouse, you got all the supplies. You don't have to deal with any of that. You know what I'm saying? All you spending your time on right now is just hitting up as many people as possible, and they pulling up to you or you pulling up to them, and then all you doing is just delivering. You feel me? So the only operational cost that you have is really just the COGS, and that's what I like to call cost of goods. You feel me? So you want to make sure whatever the unit cost is of the unit, at minimum, you selling it at least 4 times, so we can get as much profit as possible off of people that already know, like, and trust us. So once we do that, now it comes down to either, am I going to go with printables or am I going to go with cut and sew? But just always remember that domestic printables is always quicker. You feel me? So this is how it basically went for me. I got my first t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Because in my head, I was like, well, if I go overseas with it with the cut and sew, that shit just gonna take too long. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if it's even gonna move like that, regardless if I'm showing a mock-up or not, off of people that I'm trying to get money off of. So what I did was I just made a dope t-shirt, which was my first t-shirt that I ever made. And all I just did was hit people up all day long, just sending them over literally the mock-up of the front and the back. You know what I mean? And obviously down below from this video, you can see the whole entire script that you can just literally copy and paste. You can literally just take that and then go run with that and rinse and repeat the same thing with your own people. You feel me? So my whole thing is that you want to look at what's the time delay going to be when it comes to going overseas, or when it comes to being in America or domestically, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the t-shirt done is a whole lot quicker. I can get that done within 1 to 2 weeks. But when it comes to the cut and sew and getting the samples, and this is your first time working with the manufacturer, trying to find the best manufacturer, you looking at anywhere between like 3 to 6 weeks. And that's just for the sample. That's probably not even including the time that it's going to take to even hit mass production. Once you grab everybody's money, to actually put it out there to go get mass production. You feel me? So just always remember that domestic is always quicker, but also as well, everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they do cut and sew and that works for them. Some people, they go domestic and that works for them. You need to look at you and what's your situation and how you are presenting your brand and what type of products you already been putting out, and then just kind of go off of there and look at what's best for you. You feel me? Now I'm literally about to break down to you my example about literally what happened with me. So my first t-shirt that I ever made, and I'll literally have my editor like put the front and the back of my shirt literally like right here. So imagine this t-shirt right here, right? I'm selling it for $50. You feel me? So when I looked at my conversion rate 1 out of every 50 people that already knew, liked, and trust me was buying my shirt for $50. And obviously I was telling them that it's a pre-order. It's going to take 30 days for it to get delivered to them, X, Y, and Z. You feel me? So I sold 30 t-shirts, but this is the hard part that people don't understand. I had to hit up 100 or 1,500 people. Now I know that you probably like, bro, that's OD, but it's really not when you think about it, right? Because if I sold 30 and I was selling them for $50, you know what I'm saying? That should give you a perspective of how much money I made on top of my cost of goods. So right there, I was like, well, damn, if I'm touching damn near 1K, all I got to do is just rinse and repeat over and over and over and over and over. And that's how I made my first $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Now, obviously, it wasn't just off of t-shirts. Once I started scaling up a little bit, doing it the way I was doing it, obviously, we made hoodies and all this other shit. And we made like these crop top crew necks for females because I was like, girls is always going to support more than men. But I had everybody in my city like wearing my brand that way. I'm out everywhere. I wasn't even on some like setting up the booth, selling this shit at festivals. I'm talking about I'm coming literally in the club, 10 niggas all wearing the same shirt to the point where everybody's asking like, damn, like what is that Lord knows thing that everybody in here wearing? And everybody wanted to be a part of it. And I'm from Portland and everybody wanted just to support me. You know what I'm saying? And I even got the inspiration off of that, off of Young Jeezy and Big Meech back in the day, when they all used to be up in the club with the Snowman t-shirts and Big Meech had the BMF shirts and everybody wearing them in his section up in the club. And I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just guerrilla marketing at its finest. So I don't want you to think that I was on some like functional psychotic shit of just hitting up 1,500 people. I was hitting up a lot of people, but you gotta remember too, a lot of it came from also the support of my homeboys as well when we was up in the club and at functions and things like that. But the job got done. That's all that matters, is that the job got done. You feel me? So from there, you know what I'm saying? I ordered 50 units. And those 50 units, this is my first time. So when it came to like getting the screen fee and everything like that, and if you don't know what a screen fee is, when you go to the screen printer, and let's just say I'm trying to get this Born Center printed on a shirt, he has to burn the screen. So like that might cost me like an extra $50. I was using 2 colorways. And so that was like an additional $1 and some change, you know what I'm saying? But that shit adds up, right? So for 50 shirts, I was looking at anywhere between like $400 to $500. But like I said, it just left me with a stack plus. So all I kept doing, I don't know if y'all can see me right here, but I'm still right here. But all I kept doing was just doing this flywheel. You know what I'm saying? I literally, like, this is literally what I was doing. I was getting the bread and then I was just rinsing and repeating. Going to my printer, getting bread, rinsing and repeating. And I literally just kept doing that. You know what I'm saying? This example right here is all I did to make my first 5 to 10 racks. And I know that you probably sitting there right now like, well, bro, I don't know that many people and niggas ain't really rocking with me and all this goofiness, you know what I'm saying? But I live by, and I still live by, a gun to the head theory, right? If this is your mom's right here with this little sad face, and I want my editor to zoom in on this. If this is your mom's right here, and imagine this is my hand and I got it to her head, and I was like, you got 90 days to figure it out, just to even get to $5,000, I can almost bet on my soul you can come up with that. You feel me? But everybody's not moving with this sense of urgency. Not everybody is burning the boats and really putting that type of pressure on themselves. But everybody wants the LeBron James byproduct of greatness, but nobody wants to move with that type of urgency that like, my time is ticking. You feel me? So for you, the one that's watching this, the one that is moving with that type of urgency, and they like, listen, as I'm watching this video, I'm hitting up 100 people right now. Yo, this is my shirt, whoopty whoop. And they grabbing the script and actually moving with action. This is what's going to happen to y'all. And this is exactly what happened to me. So I grabbed my cash from over here, right? I grabbed my little 510, and then I was able to go build my online foundation because I actually had capital and I wasn't coming from this high pressure, like fear place. You get what I'm saying? So from there, I was able to get samples. I was able to go get my website done the right way. I was able to go do my marketing the way I wanted to. I was able to go get supplies, warehouse, all that shit because I had 5, 10 bands just sitting on the side off of flipping t-shirts out the trunk of my car. You feel me? So what happens is that you always got to remember the 4 core tenets that I always talk about when it comes to building out a brand. We got marketing, sales, production, design. If you're not going to market, You know what I'm saying? You're not getting those sales. If you're not getting those sales, then you're not having no production. If there's no production, all those cute, beautiful little vision designs that you got, that shit is all for nothing. You feel me? So just reverse engineer and don't work from the bottom up. Don't be like the 85% that's only working on creativity all day, but they not putting it in front of nobody. Go get your marketing dialed in. Like I said, spend 95% of your time, right here, 95% of your time on the marketing so you can actually bring in some sales, take other people's money to go get the fucking production, and now you actually probably got something that the marketplace wants on the design side. Do you get what I'm saying? Well, we're going to break all that down right here. So this is how it goes. Marketing, just like what I just said, 95% of your time, this person right here that I'm looking at in the camera, 95% of your time needs to be spent on organic and paid. Now, let me break this down. This is a funnel right here, right? So this is what I want you to think in two different ways, because obviously this board isn't big enough for me to put another funnel. But just imagine right here, if this was shaded in blue and this is a cold audience that does not know you, like you, or trust you, right? And then right here, obviously you got people that are obviously interested. And imagine if this was orange, right? And these are people that are like, they like what you got going on. They following you, but they haven't bought nothing yet. And then obviously red, these are the people that love you and this stay the same. You need to be spending a lot of time on making content so you can get that awareness out there to a cold audience that don't like you, but then a small percent of them, right, is actually going to come over. Oh, is my thing working? Yeah, there we go. But then a small percent of them is actually going to come over because they're interested in what they got going, or interested in what you got going on. And then even from there, a small percent of them, yeah. And then from there, a small percent of them is actually going to buy your shit because they actually love what you got going on. But it's a small fraction. But the bigger this is, the more money you're going to make at the bottom of the funnel. So let me break this down even on the marketing side. So the reality is right now, right, that nobody knows you, that nobody likes your shit, and nobody even trusts to buy from you. So my biggest thing is that reciprocity is the most important thing that you can do. If you just give out goodwill to people, people will eventually start to buy from you. So what can we do in the most autistic way possible of running a brand, right? We can go run a giveaway, you feel me? And even with that giveaway, we can add $5 to $20 a day running the boost post, because now you're not constrained with capital because you just made 5 to 10K right here just off of friends and family alone, you feel me? So imagine if you was posting 1 to 3 reels a day, 1 to 3 TikToks a day. And then on top of that, you spending $5 to $20 on your Instagram on just building that rapport on a giveaway on something that you're giving out for free. You're going to attract some type of people from at the top of the funnel. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a little bit of followers. You know what I'm saying? A small little percent that I like to do. You're going to get a small percent of followers on a day-to-day basis that you can start building rapport with on the front end and on the back end when it comes to your email, SMS. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, hey, sign up for this on the front end of your offer or whatever it may be. Then on top of that, you can hit their ass with stories, DMs. It's so many different things. Discord communities, there's so much stuff to where you can keep that retention there and just build rapport with them. You know what I'm saying? Because they obviously interested in what you got going on, or they wouldn't have followed, or they wouldn't have shared, they wouldn't have liked, and none of that shit. You feel me? So then from there, now you're going to do the drop probably 2 weeks out from like doing a giveaway, and then you're going to see a little bit of sales, and now you got strangers that's actually buying into your brand because they like what you got going on. And I'm here to tell you this right now. Anything is better than zero. I see a lot of people up on here, bro, you know, my drop went cool, but, you know, I only did like 3,000. Bro, what? My first year running a brand. When I moved from this side over here, my first year, I'll have my editor right now post a big ass picture of it. I only saw like $2,000 or $2,400 in sales my first year. By the time it was year 4, I was seeing doctor salaries in a day, and people was buy, selling, and trading my clothes up on Grails and everything like that. So don't be discouraged even if you only got 10 sales, because anything is better than zero, and you will get somebody to buy in. Now, when it comes over to some sales, right? Imagine that this is your t-shirt right here. This is the coldest and the most harshest thing that I probably have said on this YouTube channel, right? So this is you. Right? And you made a product, let's just say this is your product. You made a product that's but you made a product that is dope, but it's only dope for the people that love your brand. But the way to really kill it, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to making a dope product, you got to make a product that has actual mass appeal. Not just only that, it has an irresistible offer. You know what I'm saying? But when I say mass appeal, you probably like, what the hell is you talking about? So just like what I said up here at the top of the funnel, where there's no likability, no one to trust, you got to make a product that audience that you're trying to cater to. So this is your audience right here. Imagine this is a big ass pool of like 20 million people. You need to make a product that is so vague and so big for the people at the top of the funnel that they are familiar with, for them to actually buy into your brand. You get what I'm saying? So for a perfect example, like let's just say I got a Christian brand, you know what I mean? And rather than making something that's like so niche, first I need to make something that's broad so I can hit the whole entire audience. So maybe putting on a hoodie or on a t-shirt saying God is good, or maybe like God is dope, like the God is dope brand. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is so vague for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So then once you start doing your marketing, now you hitting a bigger audience pool. So now you're going to bring in even more interest and then more people to buy. But people do the reverse of even this. They be all like, yeah, bro, you know, I got this t-shirt that says blah, 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 blah. And my whole thing is like, bro, nobody cares about that shit. You feel me? Like people care about it, but it's only the people that's bought into your brand. But when you first starting out, motherfucker only got 1,000 followers. And let's just say he's only seeing 30 orders a month. Only those 30 people might even be interested in that product, because it's just a product for people that's already very aware of your brand. When nobody's aware of your brand, you have to make something that has extreme mass appeal and familiarity that your audience already resonates with. That's the only way you're going to bridge the gap from point A to point B, just to make that clear. Now, we going over to production, because if you listen to everything that I said on the marketing and sales, now we can take other people's money to go handle the pre-order. And I know that you already know where the pre-order is, so I'm not going to even break that down on this video. So it's really simple. Like, we're marketing, people are buying, we're taking other people's money, and then we're just taking care of the cost of goods, the fulfillment and everything with other people's money. And then we're keeping some bottom line net profit, right? Simple. And not easy though, but simple. You feel me? And then from there, now when we get down to the least important pillar, but still important, is that when it comes down to the design side, you want to make sure that you have one product with mass appeal that you can cater to your audience. You know what I'm saying? And this is where a lot of people get messed up, because like I said, 90% of people that want to start brands, and probably maybe even you too that's watching this, you want to start to make, you make a design, and then you just keep making designs, and then you probably wondering like, why isn't nobody buying my shit? And it's really simple, bro. It's because you don't have mass appeal. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any likability, no one to trust, but you can bridge that gap by making a product that has extreme mass appeal to your audience that you're catering to. Like I said, this is you right here. Even when it comes to the designs, you feel me? So just remember that when it comes to the designs, is that you want to make one product, you know what I'm saying? And then you just want to iterate from there. And then you probably all like, well, how the hell can I just make one product at a time to see if that's what the core audience wants? It is really simple, right? Because this is you right here. You putting out the product to the marketplace, and the marketplace will never lie to you. The three honest things in the world is the marketplace, the graveyard, and the mirror. You feel me? So just always remember, you're going to put out your design to the marketplace. You're going to get some type of feedback, regardless if it's good, bad, or ugly. And this is the cheat code right here. It has nothing to do with your site or any of that stuff. Well, maybe the site, but you get what I'm saying. With the LLCs and my trademark and all that shit means nothing. It's either one of these three things. It's either the product, the price, or the person. But when you put it out there, you're going to get feedback. If you ain't getting no sales, maybe it's the product. Or maybe you are getting a little bit of sales, and maybe it's a price thing. Maybe you got the right price and the right offer, but you just not angling it the right way with your marketing to attract the right person. Are you really clear on the audience that you're hitting? So it's always one of these three things. And just like what I put right here, you want to iterate until death. Because my whole thing is that rather than putting in 10,000 hours like a lot of stupid people do, I'd rather just iterate 10,000 times. And just even knowing that, it's like, okay, you're telling me if I iterate the offer, if I iterate the product, basically like putting out new products over and over and over, I'm not going to find one product that the marketplace is going to want that's going to change the whole trajectory of me and my family's life forever. That's what you're telling me. If I'm telling you right now, if I told you, go put out 10,000 products, you trying to tell, and it's not going to even take 10,000 products. It's going to probably only take you 100 products to find that one. But how quickly can you iterate? How quickly can you get something out to the market, get feedback, and then get these three things in alignment? But the faster that you iterate, the quicker you can get these three things in alignment. And then that's what brings me to my goal. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get to the goal, now you're going to have what I like to call land, labor, and capital. You feel me? So you're probably wondering, like, what the hell does he mean by land, labor, and capital? Well, all of this right here that you're doing, all the feedback that you got, all the marketing that you got, it's nothing but compounding up a vehicle time over time vertically. So you building out that audience that you always wanted, you building out the community, regardless if you going from 900 to 1,000, then 11, and then 12, and then 15, and then 2, and then 2.5K. It's like you building it up. You know what I'm saying? You building up this land of your core people that fuck with what you got going on. Then from there, you making some money, right? So then now you can go get labor. You know what I'm saying? Now you can go get people that got more prerequisites, more skills, more experience, more knowledge than you do at the thing that you probably hate, that you want to eliminate, and the shit that you want to delegate. And then obviously you got the capital to do it. And now, since you got capital and it's not that many constraints, you can always run back even over here to even go grab more capital, as well as you still printing money over here. So now you're really killing two birds with one stone. And then don't you think that more people is going to want to support you where you from when they see that, like, you got it this way out the mud, and then you over here getting some type of motion with the money that they gave you? But they not knowing that it's the money that they gave you off of support, but that's how you built out your foundation. And that's how I built out my foundation. And that's how I became a winner over time. And that's how I built the prerequisites that I needed. That's how I spent 95% of my time on the front end at the beginning. That's how I built out a loyal community. And I got people from all the way from France to the hood of Northeast Portland that got Lord knows tattooed on them. People I never even met before a day in my life got Lord knows tattooed on them, from the neck to the arms and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I went from selling out, kid from out of the trunk of his car, to selling out of drops. That's how I built a solid foundation. That's how I built predictability of where I'm going with my brand. You feel me? That's how I was able to build out my team. And I'm just happy that I took the courage. And obviously I put a big ass lock right here, but that's how I locked the fuck in. It's very hard for me to lose because now I got land. Basically over time, I just filled up that buffer over and over and over of people of my community, because I'm handling the marketing, the pre-order, just like what I said, the sales that got mass appeal. All I'm doing is bringing in that awareness, bringing in that interest, and bringing in people that actually love what I got going on. Obviously now I'm getting some type of capital, you feel me? So now I can get leverage with labor, you know what I'm saying? And now I can bring in more people that got more skill, more prerequisites, more knowledge, and more experience than me. So just always remember, even when it comes to getting that labor, you know what I mean? I gotta bring people on that got more skill and more experience than me. Just remember, just remember that, you feel me? So it makes it very hard for me to lose. That's how I ended up over here. And that's how I didn't end up over here like majority of people, you know what I'm saying, when they first starting to get into this, or when they first trying to get into this. And that's why I put these right here. I'm not trying to get, a strike on my YouTube account or nothing, but y'all see what this is, because I had to go grow some to really make it happen. And then me with growing some, it landed into me getting some prerequisites. I was spending 95% of my time on the front end as the brand owner is supposed to. I actually built out a community and a cult-like following from people from France, all around the world, California, everywhere that you can name. That even got my brand tattooed on them, people I don't even know, right? And I know that that's what you probably want as well. I was selling out drop after drop. I'm looking up on Grail, people reselling my bomber jackets, my first winning product, $500, $600. You know what I'm saying? I built out a solid foundation. I actually had predictability. I actually saw where the hell I was going. I actually started to get a vision for what I really wanted. I was able to get leverage. I was able to get a team, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm doing less and now I'm making more, and I'm bringing in the people that I need to actually get my brand where it needs to get to. And I was actually happy because it's like I took the courage of making it happen. This didn't kill me over here. This is what I needed to go through. right? And then I came over here, and then over here was just nothing but a rinse and repeat process. Like I said, I was putting things out to the market. I was getting feedback. It's either the price, the person, or the product. And I just kept iterating that over and over and over. Push it back out to the market, get feedback. It's either the person, the price, or the product. And then once I got to my goal, it just left me happy. And I'm just thank God that like I had the courage to just lock in. And then just like when I put it right here, a big ass lock. And it's like I literally like locked the fuck in and I went psychopath mode. I did not leave the house. When I was over here and I was just selling to friends and family, and even when I got even on this side, and I was just like, bro, I gotta make 6 figures in a year with my brand. This was back in like 2015, 2016. I did not have the prerequisites or nothing, because selling to friends and family is a totally different thing when you go online. This is a totally different beast. You know what I'm saying? You got to have skills with damn near a little bit of everything when you first started out. So I was literally like just glued to the computer majority of the day. But what happened was 18 months later, I went from somebody that was selling out the trunk to now I'm over here touching $10,000 effortlessly, which was like a huge psyop. It was literally like the biggest psyop to me, because this is a kid that literally was damn near on, not on welfare, but EBT, top ramen, living off the female, down bad, just like how you are right now, down bad, right? And then 18, 20 something months later, I was over here like really doing my thing, you feel me? And then even more months later from there, that's when a little bit of these things started happening, like building out the cult following and everything like that. But I'm just like, damn, what would have happened if I would have never started my brand? So with that being said, you know what I mean? I wanted to make this is very simple on an autistic way of how to get up out the mud. And the last thing I can honestly say is that's what I want for you.